Hello, 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 hello. It's us again. You know, the one. We're here telling our truth. Because I am his mom.
And I'm her son.
So tonight, folks, we got an interesting topic for you guys. And we expect y'all to chime in the comments. Let us know what you think. Come on now, boost those comments. I look every week so I can respond. So hit us up. Hit us up. Hit us up. Hit us up. Oh, anyway, tonight's topic is best friends versus associates.
That's a good topic.
There's a lot of folks out there. Okay, let me start off like this. When my kids were growing up, they used to always come home. Mama, I got a friend. No, you don't. You got an associate. Mama, I got a new friend. No, you don't. You have an associate. A friend requires deeds. A friend requires a certain type of loyalty and loneliness. You can't meet nobody at 5 o'clock and at 6 o'clock he's your friend. No, that's your associate. That is someone that you associate with. Therefore, he's an associate. So as they were growing up, I had to let them know there's a difference between a friend and an associate. Do you know the difference? And there's a difference between a friend and a best friend, but that's a completely different topic. We're not going there tonight. Tonight we're talking about best friends and associates. Now I'm going to throw this question. I have the definition pulled up, but I'm going to throw this question at my son who is preoccupied. What do you consider a best friend?
I'm not preoccupied. But before we get on this, I just want to bring up something real fast. I'm going to answer that, but I want to bring up something real quick. Because in the episode before this one, they're going to hear where we have this little brief thing where we talk about Humpty and Shah G. They're the same person. We talking about the rappers.
Yeah.
And we talking about Humpty, the guy who made do the Humpty Hump. And I said Shah G. They're the same person. Shah G and Humpty are the same person. So I just want to make sure I make that clear for those people who go back and listen to that. But now,
you should have cleared that up in the comments on that podcast. But I digress.
I wanted to verbally say it. So, that's pretty much what you said. Is a best friend? No. What you said, like what I consider a best friend is somebody who you've been there. I mean, who's been your friend for a long time. Somebody you can call on any given time, any given moment for anything. They're always there though, like, and and it's people you feel like you can depend on. They know everything about you. You can't fake the front with them or around them. It's just, I don't know. The associates are people who you come across or you see sometimes, or you only see them because you have to deal with them with certain things. Like you associate with this person because y'all work together. You associate with this person because y'all on the basketball team at school. Or you associate with this person because y'all part of the same drama club. As soon as y'all leave that area, that setting where y'all are associated with each other, there's no phone call, there's no texting, there's no checking on each other. That's not a friend. That's what associated. I feel like people who you meet, and even if you haven't known them that long, there's some people who've met and haven't known each other. Shoot, not even years. Like you'd think people known each other all their life. Like, man, I just met the dude 3 months ago or 2 weeks ago. They just clicked. And yeah, they just get along, and then the thing that tests friendship and before I say test, the thing that, because I'm always off the top of this thing, but the thing that pushes it towards associate or friendship is situations that happen and how you respond to them. So if a person calls me and they always hit me up for things, and I'm always hitting them up for things, we're always there for each other. That association starts becoming a real friendship because I know I can depend on this person, they can depend on me. So now we're friends. A best friend, that's just somebody who the number one person you will call over everybody else. Like if you're ever in an ish situation, you're gonna call this person first before anybody. This person is gonna know what's going on with you before anybody. So the best friend to me is the person who's above all the other friends because you can have multiple friends, people who
True.
you can count on, and people who can count on you. And then you have associates, those who you can't count on them, but you wouldn't try to count on them. You just associate with them. And I feel like everybody don't need to be your friend. You don't need to have.
That's what associates are for.
Yeah, exactly. Like you don't have to. Everybody don't have to know what's going on in your personal life. Everybody don't got to know what's going on. Like, well, I can't really say that because I have a podcast where I speak my truth. And sometimes when I'm talking, I may say some things that it's nobody's business, but then I don't care. I'm different. I don't care.
So here we go. Best friend, the definition says a best friend is a close personal connection built on trust, deep emotional support, and regular in-depth interactions. Like someone where you can call up and just get deep and dirty with them, right? Whereas associates are individuals connected through a specific or often professional or casual context, like work or shared activity. The key difference lie in the depth of the emotional bond and the level of intimacy and the type of support offered. Yeah. And that's true. So, with this definition, your entire life you have had, in my esteem, in my viewpoint, I believe that you have had a whole bunch of associates, but not really a best friend.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Name one person that you could call a best friend that I would say, oh, I see that.
I can call best friend right now.
KO don't count because that's your cousin.
No, I wasn't gonna say KO.
Oh. Who would you gonna say?
Is that a best friend?
Yeah, best friend.
Somebody I can call.
Definition. A close personal connection built on trust, deep emotional support, and regular in-depth interactions.
Sandra.
Y'all talk like that?
Yeah, I watch it. Yeah, that's my real best friend.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
Yeah, that's not a joke. That's when I say best friend, I mean it. I don't really call people my best friend.
Okay. What would you consider Griers? Best friend or
he's my best friend.
You know what? And it's a different level. Also, no, it's a different level.
It's different with this.
Because to me, you have best friend, and then you have those that have bypassed that, where you be like, that's my brother. That ain't my friend. That ain't my associate. That's my brother. Like
we've been around and people like y'all cousins. Like cousins. Like it's been like
right because you and Britt's been around each other since y'all was what 2?
Nah, not since we were 2. It was
5. It was young.
However long he was staying in that house with grandma was living in that house. That's how long.
Well, they've been living in the house since Terry was.
I was going out there every summer, and then we spent that year out there when I went to school out there.
So since she was about 5.
But he was always in Julie as we got older.
Right.
So, and then we left and moved to California, so we actually kind of forgot about each other.
Okay.
And then Patrick. It's crazy how I remember. I only remember Patrick because me and him had incidents growing up. Because we was cool at some point, and then some point we get into it. So, but overall, he was still cool. He was Patrick, but he saw me walking down the street. This when we was in Chicago. He saw me walking down the street, he came out from Grid's crib. I didn't know him at the time. Well, I didn't remember him at the time. And he come from there and he's like, yo, what's going on? What's going on? Like, you remember me, man? I'm like, yeah, I remember you, Patrick. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, nothing. I'm just chilling over here with Grizz. He said his real name. I'm like, I don't know who that is. He's like, man, yes, you do. Like, as soon as I said I don't know who that is, yes, you do. You do know who that is. I'm like, I don't think I do. He's like, nah, man, he used to be in the alley with us all the time. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, so maybe I do know who he is. I really didn't remember who he was, but got to chopping up, talking and everything, and then certain things started like making sense, lining up and stuff. We knew the same people, same circle. Like I'm like, okay, he had to be there. And then I would start remembering him because we started talking about basketball and the way he used to shoot. So I definitely remember knowing him. Then it'll start realizing we both made music, and then that was for us. Got back into it.
I know after reading this, I used to think, oh, I had a best friend. Oh, this person. But after reading this, it makes me, because a friendship, it can be one sided. You can be a best friend to someone, but they not reciprocate the same actions.
Right. Well, you don't know nothing about them.
And like I say, a true best friend treats you with support. Now, people, I'm gonna read this. I'm cutting it off, and I want you to picture your best friend or who you consider your best friend. And after I read this, I want you to look deep inside and ask yourself, is this a best friend or just a friend? Or a close associate? A true best friend treats you with support, honesty, and respect, celebrating your success and providing comfort during hard times. They are trustworthy and loyal, and they accept you for who you are without judgment. They make an effort to stay in touch and prioritize your friendship even when life gets busy. Unconditional support. They are your cheering squad for your victories and a comforting shoulder during tough times. They accept you for who you are, flaws and all, and don't try to change you. They encourage you to achieve your goals and have your best interests in heart. They can put themselves in your shoes and understand how you feel. They hold themselves with honesty. A true friend will tell you the truth, even if it's difficult to hear, but they do it with care and respect. Loyalty. They stand by you through thick and thin and are trustworthy with your secrets. Respect. They respect your decisions and don't take you for granted. They put an effort in presence. They make an effort to see you and stay in touch even if you don't live nearby. They include you in their social life and don't make you feel left out at events. They are genuinely happy for your achievements and success and celebrate with you. And they help without being asked. They will go out of their way to help you, not because they expect something in return, but because they genuinely care. You can tell if someone is a friend by observing their actions and how you feel around them. A true friend, again, supportive, trustworthy, makes you feel good about yourself. Huh. I can't say I've ever had all that in one person ever.
Maybe I don't think I've ever been that.
Maybe one or two things.
After hearing it,
but
I don't
not.
I'm a best friend.
Not everything. Maybe one or two things, but not everything.
Revelation. Not message.
What? What you say?
I said I don't think I've been a best friend. That thing said a lot. I don't do a lot of those things. I'm very well anymore because I don't know. I got so much stuff going on in life. It's like I don't know how can I say this. Like I am trying to learn how to make time now because I'm back to working a regular job, which in my mind I'm like, okay, I'm doing this, don't get distracted though. Don't let this job distract you from your goal and what you're trying to do. Because as soon as I start feeling like I'm distracted and I lost I've lost my path and I'm no longer on the path that I wanted to be on. I'm going to shift gears and change things. But I don't think I've been.
Okay, let's take it one at a step.
No, I know. I don't have to. I thought about it. I don't think I don't
support.
think I'm talking about me. I don't think I've been a best friend to people. Like people can't say, "Oh, Twan's my best friend, man. He been there for me, bro. He did." I
have, which is ridiculous, but I have never received that. I have given this, all of this.
I you know what's crazy? I've probably received that too, and not giving it back to the same person. I mean, I don't know. No.
Unconditional support, acceptance, encouragement, empathy.
Yeah, it was one person like that. Me and Monty, we had a relationship like that before.
Yes, y'all did.
We did. I can honestly say that.
Yes, y'all did.
Yeah. You know.
Until he messed up.
Nah. No. It was. Anthony made a huge point, but to me, I was just different. It was more so me. I could have been more understanding like Anthony, because Anthony didn't make a big deal of it. He didn't even seem to, because he was like, bro, he'll call his own mom. Like, yeah, you got a point, but no. It's just something I have never been able to just stand by and take.
Yeah, like I say, I have.
I regret it, because it did change things, but real brothers know how to fight and get through it.
True that. True that. It shouldn't change things
at all.
Y'all should have been able to fight, get it out there, and be like, dude.
Right, especially since we first met like that. That's how we met each other.
Right.
We talking mess to each other and we shadowbox. Punching each other in the chest and stuff. That's how we met. So
yeah, I thought you and Monty was in for the long haul. Y'all
I mean, we're not. Yeah. I'm gonna say this. We're friends on Facebook. Hold on. I was about to check away this. We're friends on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
I don't know when the last time we actually have a conversation, but we're friends on Facebook. We're not enemies, so.
I mean,
I can see what's going on in his life. He can see what's going on in my life.
Yeah.
People choose who they want to reach out. There's a lot of people.
I thought you and Ty also was going to be in it for the long haul as far as friendships. Because okay, so the reason, let me explain everybody say, and my child is not the type, he's not a latchkey friend. Like, if he is very, because of his social tank, I'm gonna say, he is very particular on who he deal with, because he is not, when he was younger, rather, he was not the jokey type, and a lot of, the dozens he
used to. I was very good at scoring.
But
I used to make cry roasting.
He's not the, like, he's not the, he wasn't the, I'm gonna hang with 20 dudes and we gonna all, he wasn't never that. He was like, I just need a couple of cool people. If they cool and they on the up and up, I can hang with them all day, every day, or whatever, whatnot. So when he did get a friend, it was, to me, special, because he didn't like nobody. So when he was like, oh, this is my boy, hey, like, let me do what I can to keep him around. How you doing? Like, my son likes somebody? Like, really? Like, you're not in, because this was a child child that was sitting in the house all day on a video game. From the time he was little. He was sitting. So as far as having friends, I used to say, boy, go out. Go do something. Go out. He was in the house. So when he did establish a friendship, it was like, hey, where you going? You feel go somewhere? You getting out, you leaving. Like, I know that's bad, but that's how much he was stay in the house. I'd be like, where y'all going? Get out. Go somewhere. Leave. I don't care.
It's crazy.
Like, so
that's sad.
So when he so that's why
I had a lot of female friends.
When I
said that's sad, especially since I had a lot of female friends. You care about me having more of a male bond connection.
Right.
I had brothers. That's why I didn't really care.
No, because you couldn't stand your brother's friends.
My brother's friends. That's different.
Right. So being around your brothers,
being around my brothers,
yeah, their friends. Yeah. Right. So you wasn't around them because you couldn't stand being around their friends.
And it wasn't all of their friends. It was just some of them.
It was a large majority of their friends. They play too much. I'm about to hurt one of them. I need to stay away from them. They act like kids. You're a year older than them. They still act childish. They don't even act their age. They act childish. I'm like, oh my goodness, yeah, you need to stay away from them.
But that's the crazy part because I'm goofy. I'm silly. I was always a silly, goofy kid. Like everybody know that about me. So it was like I wasn't like, you know.
But so that's why I say when he had a friend, to a point where it was a time, and that's why I mentioned like Ty. Like him and Ty was tight.
But you gotta think about it. That was during the time he was a. So, yeah, he was a friend.
Right.
And it got to the point to where I started meeting his family. Like, he became like family. He became like a brother.
Right.
But, I don't know.
Y'all just lost connection.
When people move and you're not around and hang out with these people, things change. Like, also, I was really more on some, I was living differently back then. I was on some, I hate to say it on this podcast like this, but I was on some really troublemaking lifestyle living. And there was a lot of names out there that were as well that I hung out with. I hung out with a lot of people, like not even a lot of people, but the people whose house I was being and people who I would invite into my house, they weren't
childish.
Not only childish, but they weren't regular people. I wasn't bringing. They were drug dealers, and I'm gonna say it. Forget it. They was drug dealers. And, huh? No, please. Okay. This is my past. Please, if I lose a job because of my past, please. I don't need to be there. I ain't worried about that.
Okay.
No, I'll say it. These guys were drug dealers and pimps. Please, I keep it real. I ain't got no shame in my game. I hung out with the real as the real. Some killers, drug dealers, pimps. Like I was around that. That's what I was like comfortable. And when you change the way you want to move things and you want to be on the path of changing the way you are, like I've said in some of my music, when I realized that I was on a different route and I was changing, some people I was talking to or dealing with had to be changed too. Like I can't say, hey, yeah, I want to do this. You know what? I'm going to take acting serious and really get into this music stuff. And I'm going to start a podcast and I'm going to do this and do that. But then I'm going to still run the streets and I'm going to still try to do this and try to do that and act like I ain't got no kids that I got to raise. Like, nah. And if people who I used to hang out with are on a better path in their life and we cross paths and that we can talk to each other and reminisce on our old times, like, Daddy, what's up, man? Like I did when the last time I went to California. I ran into a couple people and it was cool catching up with them, laughing about the old days and seeing how they are as mature grown-ups. Like we lived when we got older and now we on some bigger and better things. Like I'd be proud of the people who I once called friend who are just associates, because did you know that can happen? You can make that transition from friend to associate and associate to friend. It can go backwards and it can go forward and backwards, as I say. And sometimes it needs to go backwards just to go back forward.
Yeah, you know? I can see that.
With certain friendships, because some people don't ever get back friends again. Some people never get back around each other, but it depends. Like But when you got those people who are friends ever since they were kids, that's different. Like it's people that's been friends since childhood, since they were kids.
Yeah, and then some people you can actually um grow apart from. Like y'all can be friends for years and y'all can grow apart because y'all are on two different um journeys in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And they were a friend for that season. But that season is no longer um that season is over. So y'all um grew apart, even with friendships. Like
I really thought it was pointless to hang out with dudes though when I had brothers. Like I'm always with my brothers, and then when I go out, I want to be around females. So when I would be around other dudes, they'd be like, as long as y'all ain't on some childish stuff and trying to be on some violent stuff, I'm cool because I get like that and I don't like to. Like that, I was different. Like I would be around these guys and we'd be out doing stuff, and sometimes I'd be the starter of it, but it wasn't because I was out there like, you know what, let's do this. Let's fight these people. No. I'd get disrespected or something would somebody say something to me and I respond by myself, like because I've never been the type of person like, oh, because I got people with me.
they made us take a commercial break, people. It stopped recording and said take two. We were forced into a commercial break.
I think I'm gonna have to put something right there in between that little section.
Know what's going on or what happened, but all of a sudden
we'll have to put a
we were no longer recording. They demanded a commercial break. We can
put the little sound where it go like do 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 do.
Yeah, I would put that in now.
And then we come back
to it. So if y'all hear that, it's not over.
Yeah. Let me see. What was the last thing I was saying? I was talking about friendships, right? So I've had friends that was only associated with bad things, and when you grow and they are not growing with you, they are no longer there. So I found myself around a lot of people who we would do bad things and not good things.
Have you ever?
So I mean, I hope they're good now.
Have you ever
I know a few of them
had someone who you thought was more than an associate and they turned out to be less than a friend?
Have I ever thought to myself, oh man, it's a friend, and then they showed me that they weren't?
That's not what I said.
Okay, because that's what I heard. So say it again.
I said, have you ever had someone that you felt was more than an associate, and they turned out to be less than a friend?
I thought they was more than an associate, but they turned out to be less than a friend.
Which means they wasn't even worthy of being called friend, let alone associate.
No.
No?
I'm a good judge of character.
Yeah, I forgot. You ain't be around nobody. I got the wrong son for this.
Nah, I just don't. I just didn't really mess with people. Like I said, I was because how I grew up with low self esteem, and then once I got like 14, that little low self esteem stuff went out the window. So my whole thing was women, girls. I wanted to be around girls, talking to girls, flirting with girls, going out. Just so when it came to being around fellas, like if they weren't on the same thing I was on, then I didn't really care to be around them. Like I was making money, being around girls. I felt like I was a tough dude in the street. So, and I had a sense of humor. I was silly, goofy. You know, I'm like, so the people I'm associate myself with are gonna be these type of people. No, I'm not a killer, but I was around people who claimed they were, and maybe they were, maybe they're not. Maybe I would have been put in a situation where I had to show that I was. We don't know. I was around people who gangbang, but I'm used to that lifestyle. I was grew up around it. But and then so it was like, and I was around people who like to crack jokes. They play video games. I ain't gonna lie, marijuana blowing. They smoked. So I had people that did stuff that was associated with the same things I did. So once I started changing the things I did, it also changed the people I associated with. So when it came to me picking a person to hang out with, I knew who I was hanging out with. Like if I'm hanging out with a person who what okay, I will say this. I've never been cool with someone who I'm like, this person may get me killed. Or I've never been cool with a person where I'm like, if I let him in my house, he might steal from me. You know, I've never done that. Like I've never if I get a bad vibe from somebody, then that's I'm going off that bad vibe. I don't care what it is. Like you could say a sentence the wrong way to a comment I said, like I don't even care. It's just if the vibe is wrong, it's wrong. And
Yes.
sometimes you don't get you get dudes who get around each other and somebody want to be the alpha. Somebody just got to prove they're the toughest one. They're the leader. When I got around people like that, I moved around because no one's the leader here. We're all making decisions here. We're all gonna move as a unit. We decide how we're gonna do stuff. Y'all not my leader.